न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः।
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Dhyayamodhavalavikunthanavatим tejomayum nishtikim digdhapangavilokinim bhagavatim mandaspita srimukhim valsalyamritavarshinim samaduram sankirtanalapinim shamangim atadiktasuktim amritanandatmikamishwarim. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha Amriteshwari Namaha Om Gam Ganapate Namaha Mahasrate Namaha Om. My infinite prostrations of the lotus feet of my Sadguru Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother. My humble pranams to all Amma's beloved children listening to this talk. Today we will talk briefly on Sri Ramayana. This month being the Ramayana month, especially in Kerala, the Ramayana, the Rama, Ayana, Rama, Rama, and Ayana means the path through which Bhagavan Sri Rama walked. That is the way of life. It's not the physical path, it is the way of life. So Amma always say that the Ramayanam. So Ra means the darkness and Mayanam means should be removed or erased. Ramayanam, the darkness should be removed. That's the meaning Amma gave. And for Ravana, Amma gave the meaning is Ravina Vanangyavan. So one who, Rava means night or darkness, one who has succumbed, who's controlled by darkness. So that is the meaning. So here we will see Ramayana. Ramasya Ayanam, the path walked by Sri Rama. So we say that Sri Ramanam is like a beautiful flower garland, Pumala. You see, when we see the flower garland on Amma's photo or any other Devata's photo, it looks so beautiful. So that flower garland looks so beautiful. Then when we go nearer to the garland, we get the fragrance, the sweet smell of the flowers. So that is the second stage. And the last but not the least, the honey bees, they alone can go and get the honey from the flowers. So we can see at a distance, the flower garland is beautiful. When we go nearer to the garland, we get the fragrance of the flowers, and then if we can, how to get only the honey bees can get the honey from the flower garland, from the flowers. So in the same way, merely listening to Ramayana is so joyful. Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumanu Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam Nava Kancha Lochana Kancha Mukakara Kancha Puka Kancharunam. To listen to the Sri Ramayana, it's so beautiful. So that is one thing. And then secondly, when we hear this, that is the seeing from a distance. Then the second one is we feel the fragrance, and how that when we listen to the story of the Ramayana, we feel more joyful. We get so many lessons from Sri Ramayana. And finally, when we get the bees, we can go deep into the flower and get the honey. In the same way, when we go deep into Sri Ramayana, we can see that it indicate how the Ramayana, the path which Sri Rama walked, and how that can give us the ultimate the ultimate goal of human life. There is Sat Chit Ananda, our own innate nature, that also we can get finally. Only a few can get this, that we can understand that also. So we say the Kalam kanala purikkunnu, jeevam tanal kodikkunnu, ജീവിത വീതിയിൽ മുള്ളും പൂവും വാരി വിതയ്ക്കുന്നു, വിഹിതം ആരു നിനയ്ക്കുന്നു, വിഹിതം ആര് നിനയ്ക്കുന്നു. See, Pranava Swami's bhajan, he say that the time the kalam it spreads hot coals on the path of human life. And then whereas Jeevan, the individuals, they require, they desire shade. They want shade. They cannot bear the heat of the sun or the hot coals. So on the path of human life, they say it is full of flowers and thorns also. So depending upon our actions in our previous life, we get those who have done the punya karma in their previous life, they get flowers on their path. Those who have performed negative karma, they will get only thorns on their path. Usually it's a mixture of most of us. It's a mixture. They get flowers also, we get thorns also. We are all human beings. We are all a mixture of good and bad deeds. That we can see. So we can have a brief glimpse into the Sri Ramayana. So we can say, the first point we can say, the person who composed the Sri or the holy Sri Ramayana, it is sage Valmiki. We say, Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Vatmiki Kokilam. I prostrate to the Vatmiki Kokilam, the cuckoo. The cuckoo bird is very sweet sounding bird. The cuckoo, the chanting of Ramayana is very sweet. So we call Vatmiki Vande Vatmiki Kokilam. Kokilam means the cuckoo bird. So we say what does it do? Kujantam Rama Rameti. So Kujamtam means it goes on crying Rama Rama. That is the holiest word, which is called Rama Rama Rama. So it's Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Manorame Sakatartamutattilam Rama Nama Vararane. See, the Parvati Devi, she asked Bhagavan Shiva, what is the easiest way of chanting the what you call Vishnu Sahasranamam? Here we chant Lalita Sahasranamam. But Vishnu Sahasranam is also equally important. So Parvati Devi asked Bhagavan Shiva, what is the easiest, simplest way? Because she is very busy. Bhagavan Shiva replied, Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sakatartama Tuttillam Rama Nama Vararane. Oh Vararane, oh dear one, the name of Rama, the Sahatarnama Tattilyam, it is equal to chanting the 1000 names of Vishnu. You chant only Rama. It is so powerful. So that we can see. So Sri Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam. That is very Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram Vinama. And the other songs you sing, it is so pleasant to hear. It has become so peaceful. So Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam. So we can say Arudha Kavitam Shakam in other places. Aruhya means who has ascended the branch of the Kavita, the poetry. The Vatmik, the cuckoo, is sitting or ascended the branch of poetry. Vande Vatmiki Kokilam. That is what we have to, this the meaning of the sloka. And we can hear one important point which I some time back I mentioned. You can see, you can remember that Vatmiki was a dacoit, a very dangerous, very cruel dacoit by the name of Ratnakar. And the Saptarishis, they were able to transform this dacoit into a glorious, very holy the sage of and he became Valmiki. We know this. So this is one lesson for us. Let us again, I will repeat, the never every sinner, every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. So that means a sinner is not always a sinner. In the future, he will also become a saint. And you can say every saint has a past. If you look at the life of any saint, he must have gone through, he would have made many mistakes. And then he would have come. So Swami Vivekananda, he said he also had difficulties. He said, Swami Vivekananda said, the great wonder, so many achieve it. No wonder so many fall. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. He also, in his spiritual path, all spiritual aspirants will have difficulties, lot of difficulties to go through. But when we have a Sadguru like Amma, she will catch hold of our hand and she will pull us out of any kind of problems. That is what we have to understand. Therefore, please let us, Amma's children, please do not permanently blacklist anybody. That is, if you do it, it is our problem. So that's what we can say. Remember the story of how the dacoit Ratnakar became Vatmiki. Again, in Buddha's life, we can see how the ferocious Angulimala, he was transformed into Ahimsaka by Buddha. That is second thing. First, very beautiful point in Sri Ramayana. Then second, we can say, this also I have already said one or two times, but being Ramayana, for the new devotees who have not heard, I will repeat once again. We know that the Sri Rama and Lakshmana, they accompanied sage Vishwamitra, and first the Sri Rama killed Tataka, then he redeemed, he brought back to life the virtuous wife of sage Gautama, and then after that they reached Mithila, very early they reached. So Lakshmana found that Mithila was a very beautiful city. So Lakshmana asked Sri Rama, "Oh brother, can we go and see the city? It is so beautiful." So Swayamvara is only tomorrow morning, so we have plenty of time. So Sri Rama said, "Okay, let me first ask sage Vishwamitra and then we will go." So Sri Rama went to sage Vishwamitra and with bowed hands and he asked, "Oh sage, the Lakshmana wants to see the city of this Mithila, it's so beautiful. Can I take him? Can we go and see the Mithila?" So sage Vishwamitra is so pleased. The young boy, they could have gone without asking. But since he was so humble and so dharmic by nature, he had come and asked permission from sage Vishwamitra. Sage Vishwamitra was so pleased and he said, "Rama, you are the very embodiment of dharma. So from this today onwards, you will be known by the name of Dharma Setu Palakaha, the one who maintains the bridge. Setu means bridge. One who's maintaining the bridge of Dharma." And Vishwamitra sage, the Rishi said, where the younger ones bow down before the elders, where the younger ones bow down before the elders and respect the elders, that is Ramarajya. And where the youngsters refuse to bow down before the elders and the elders have to listen to the younger ones, the younger ones have no fear or respect for the elders, and the elders are forced to listen to the youngsters. All the youngsters ignore the advice of the elders. They have no respect for the elders. That place is called Yamarajya. So Ramarajya is where the younger ones respect the elders, and where the younger ones refuse to respect the elders, that is called Yamarajya. So let us be very careful. We can see the best example in the Bhagavatam itself. Towards the end, we can see how Bhagavan Krishna's own family, the clan Yadava clan, they became so arrogant that they started fighting each other. They insulted the rishis. They were cursed. We know the story very, very well. The Yadavas, Bhagavan Krishna's the son Samba was one among them. So they have become so, because they are powerful, they became very proud and egoistic because of their power. So they insulted the rishis cursed them, and finally all of them were destroyed. So we can see that. And finally, when all of them were destroyed, what happened was, so we can see, finally the Dwaraka was merged in the waters. So before departing, Bhagavan Krishna told Arjuna, I am departing, you must take my wives from the Dwaraka, you should take them to Mathura. So after that, so the Bhagavan Krishna went up to the Vaikuntha. So Arjuna was taking the Bhagavan Krishna's wives from Dwaraka to Mathura. On the way, dacoits, they stopped in the evening. First, the dacoits attacked the camp, and Arjuna, to his surprise, he found that he could not even lift the Gandiva. The Gandiva had become powerless. Immediately he realized, all power, whatever power I had, belonged to Bhagavan Krishna. The moment he is gone, I have lost all my power. I am not able even to lift the Gandiva bow. So the dacoits, they took away all Sri Krishna's wives. So then what happened was, they took away the wives, and then how I will tell you that also. Many apsaras or the gopis, they were walking through the forest. A group of apsaras or the gopis, young women, they were walking through the forest. They reached the river, and in the river they saw sage Ashtavakra was the neck deep. He was in the water and he was meditating. And this women, they were very, they felt a lot of respect for the sage, and they stood with both hands for a long time, and they were meditating on the sage. So the sage slowly opened his eyes. He saw the women standing before him with both hands, the folded hands. He was very pleased. So Ashtavakra said, you ask me any boon, any varam, I will give you. So the women told sage Ashtavakra, we have come to know that Bhagavan Vishnu is incarnating on earth as the Sri Krishna. So bless us that we all become his wives. When he incarnate as Sri Krishna, bless us that we become his wives. So Ashtavakra said, Tatastu, I will grant you your boon in your next birth when Vishnu Bhagavan incarnates as Sri Krishna, and you will all become his wives. So that boon, that varam, Ashtavakra gave this young women. But after that, what happened was, when Ashtavakra came out of the water, the Ashtavakra, he has 8 crooks on his body. He was deformed. So when they saw that, they laughed. They could not control the laughter because it looked so funny walking. They laughed. And when they laughed, Ashtavakra got very angry. He said, even though in your next birth, even though you may become the wives of Krishna, Sri Krishna, but in the end you will be carried away by dacoits. He cursed them. So that's why we say, be very careful. We understand that let us never judge a person by his external looks. Let us never judge a person by what he looks outside. The Ashtavakra was looking crooked. So the ladies laughed at him and they got cursed. So that is how, coming to the point, when after Bhagavan Krishna ascended to Vaikuntha, and when Arjuna was taking back Krishna's Sri Krishna's wives from the Dwaraka to Mathura, the dacoits attacked him, and he could not pick up his bow, and then they were taken away by the dacoits. But fortunately, Sage Parashurama, he saved Sri Krishna Bhagavan's younger sister Kairali. He had already mentioned this already once. Sage Parashurama saved Bhagavan Krishna's younger sister Kairali, and then he asked the ocean to move back a few kilometers. So the ocean moved back, and then that place was given to the daughter of Sri Krishna, Kairali, and that Kairali, from that name Kairali, we came to know the place came to be known as Kerala. The Kerala is named after the Sri Krishna Bhagavan's younger sister Kairali. So that's called Kerala. This is one of the Kerala story. So therefore, one very important point I want to mention here is, in our Trishur Ashram, first when we enter Trishur Ashram, we have our beautiful the Brahmasthanam, the hall in front of it. Then we have the school on the other side, and then we have the speech and hearing school of children. It is a very beautiful place. I have seen the innocent children. They cannot hear, so the teachers, they train them how to speak. So that's called speech and hearing school. So I was watching the children. I learned a very, very beautiful lesson from them. The lesson I will tell you, please listen very carefully. Hearing, see the Om Bhadram Karne Bishrunayama Devaha Bhadram Pashe Makshibir Hejatraha Stirerange Estuštavagam Saturubihe. This is the mantra. He say, Bhadram Karnepi Shrunayama Devaha. May I hear only auspicious things, words through my ears. Bhadram Pashemakshibir Yajatraha. Let my eyes see only auspicious things. So from this young children, I've been watching things, young children, I learned something very, 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 very great lesson I learned. First, let me say the positive thing. We are told that Bhagavan enters our heart through the ears. Bhagavan enters our heart through the ears. So in your Grihastha they say I also had a mother and father. I could say, so they say the wife enters the husband's heart through his stomach. I also had a mother and father, so don't say why this sannyasi is speaking like this. So the wife enters the husband's heart through his stomach. So when she gives him delicious food, and he is very through the tongue, through the mouth, you can say, the wife enters the husband's heart through his mouth. So delicious food she gives him, and he becomes very happy. Then he is very pleased with his wife. So forget it. That's not the point of discussion. Our point of discussion is the hearing. So through the God is called Shravana, and in the Bhagavatam there are 7 brothers and 1 younger sister. Her name is Asha. 7 brothers and the youngest one sister, her name is Asha, and Asha means the wanting to hear Harikatha. The intense desire to hear Harikatha is called Asha. Asha means desire. So we hear the Shravana is very good. So let us hear only good things. The other part is we can see all kinds of nonsense also enters our mind through the ears if you are not careful. The danger, the 2 examples I'll give you. One example is the example of how Surpanaka, selfishness, through selfishness he told Ravana that I have seen one woman and she is so beautiful, she is fit only for you. So that one spark of fire entered his ear and into his head, that he went on thinking how to get Sita. That spark of fire became a conflagration, the huge fire. That spark of fire which Surpanaka planted in Ravana's heart, that became a huge fire which completely destroyed Lanka. This is Dussanga. And what is the second example? Mantara planting, this is called Dussanga. Planting the the evil thoughts, his selfish thoughts she is planting in the Kaikais, that also we know very well. So what I understood was, they are so innocent. These children who are studying in the speech and hearing school, they are so innocent, big grown-up boys and girls. That is because nonsense has not entered their ears. This is a wonderful lesson Amma taught me. So when the teachers are teaching, they teach only good things. So only good things are entering the children from the teachers, and nonsense is not entering, and therefore they are so innocent. They are innocent because nonsense and all these bad things are not entered. Therefore, please be careful when you are listening. Don't listen to nonsense. You can see that. I remember one incident which took place during Amma's Indian tour in Pune many years ago. It was the morning. Amma was giving darshan. Amma was giving darshan in front, and behind Amritanandamayi was singing bhajans, and I was playing the harmonium. And those times I used to play the harmonium for you know that I was playing harmonium for Amma for more than 15 years, sitting right to Amma. And then you should know that. I'm sorry I tell you that. So then I would play for the Swamis also, the elder Swamis also, I used to play for them. So Amrita was singing and I was playing, and they brought blind students from a school. For about 25 youngsters, they were all blind. So I could see, I was watching them, I was playing, I was watching them one by one. They used to coming to Amma. They were blind, so they were coming in front of Amma, and they one by one they reached in front of Amma, and when Amma hugged them, the blank face, there was a bright smile on their face. Suddenly the faces starting glowing. When Amma hugged them, that blank face, the bright smile. So I knew, I understood that they get the innocent hearts when they receive the divine touch. They felt the divinity enter them. They become so joyful. There also I learned a very important lesson. If in general we have become very educated, and some not all of us, some of us think that we are very intelligent. So usually people go to because we cannot blame them also. We can say so many people they pose as the holy men. So people, when people come to see holy men or holy women, what we do is we go to see we go for the darshan of holy men or the holy women. Our eyes are open and our mind is closed. Open eyes and closed mind. Nobody can fool me. That is what I mean by closed mind. Whereas these blind students, they came to Amma with closed eyes and open mind. And therefore able to know, even though they were blind, they were able to know Amma much better than we could know, because they came with an innocent heart. So when we go to the holy men or holy women, let us remember let us go to like the blind students. They went with closed eyes but open mind. Let us go to them with the open mind. Let us not go to holy men and holy women with an open eyes and closed mind. So remember that very, very well. And two or three more examples I will say, and then I will stop. So we have heard of in our childhood, it is called bedtime stories. I do not know whether mothers are able to tell the stories when their children are going to speak. Mothers are in the office, night shift. So in psychology, we say, if I have, like for example, I am very fearful. I have this problem, I am timid. So the psychologists will say, when you go to sleep, lie down and say, I am courageous, I am courageous, I am brave, I am courageous. With that thought, when I go to sleep, that's called auto-suggestion in psychology. So when I go to sleep with that thought, in my deep sleep also that thought continues. And when you for a long time when you do that, I become the timidity is lost. I become very courageous and brave. This is what psychology do. So psychology does. But so when we get to the bedtime stories, when usually our grandmother tells bedtime stories, Ramayana and Krishna, we are listening. My grandfather and grandmother told me the bedtime stories, Rama and Krishna, we are listening, and then our minds are full of Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, and slowly then when we fall asleep, our mind is full of, we go to sleep with our mind full of Rama, and even in our deep sleep, that Rama, the Rama is in my mind, and therefore we become very virtuous. We have with character. This is the psychology of bedtime stories. That before bed, when we go sleep, when we hear the stories of Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, etc., or Devi also. So the psychology is that the stories, those form, they sink deep into our mind, and then we develop devotion for Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, and we become like them when we grow up. That is the bedtime stories. And another 2 points, and then I will stop. The other point is, he say that this comes in the Tulsidas Ramayana. There is the incident where the final battle between Lakshman and Indrajit. Finally, Lakshman sent the fatal arrow, and Indrajit's head was being severed. So there, Tulsidas Ramayana says a beautiful verse. He says, Ramanujakaha Ramakaha Asakahi Chodasi Pran Dhanya Dhanya He Tava Janani Kah Angat Hanuman Siyavar Ramchandra Ki Jai Pavan Sut Hanuman Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan Ki Jai. They say, when Indrajit was dying, he said, Ramanujakaha Ramakaha. Ramanuja means Rama, Anuja, Lakshmana. O Lakshmana, O Rama. Ramanujakaha Ramakaha Asakahi Chodasi Prana. So, oh, where is Rama? Where is Lakshmana? Saying that Indrajit gave up his life. So what a glorious thing. He is a Rakshasa, demon, but when he was dying, he thought of Lakshmana, Ramanuja, Lakshmana, Rama, and then he gave up his life, and then the Asakahi Chodasi Prana. So therefore, Hanuman and Angada, where they were watching, what they said is, Dhanya Dhanya He Tava Janani Kah Angad Hanuman Siyavar Ramchandra Ki Jai Pavan Sut Hanuman Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan Ki Jai. So when the Indrajit was dying, he said Rama, Lakshmana, and he gave up his life. And Hanuman and Angada, hearing this, he said, Dhanya Dhanya He Tava Janani. You have a blessed, your mother is really blessed. Your mother is a very, 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 very holy woman who have given. Mandodari was very pious, unlike Ravana. Pious and humble also. So she has given birth, that mother who has given birth to a son who while dying remembers the Lord and dying, that mother is a really blessed son. So we, Amma's children also, let us remember that when Amma calls us Makkale, it is all right. When we say we are Amma's children, we have to remember that like Indrajit. So when we consciously remember God, then at the time of death we will remember God. That is the important meaning. And last point I will say, this is mainly, recently I was talking to just 2 weeks back, I was talking to the MBA here in the Amritapuri MBA students. So I told them one important point, you are going to become future managers. So remember this important point from the how Rama managed by his the deep love and compassion, by his dharmic. He was a good person. Therefore, the Ayodhyavasis could like Ayodhyavasis, they worshipped Sri Rama. He was also managing by his love, compassion, and selflessness, like our Amma. Amma is managing us. By her, we get drawn to her because of her compassion and love and selfless service. So that is one way. So be very careful. The managers, to say in the case of Ravana, what happened was he has flatterers around him. So when Ravana planned to steal Sita Devi, first he went to Maricha. We know very well Maricha is Ravana's uncle. So Maricha told Rama, now look here, Rama, sorry, my God. Maricha told, Rama's always coming to my mind, very good, okay. So Ravana, Maricha, the uncle, Maricha told Ravana, look here, Ravana, you want to steal Sita. You are asking for your death. You do not know Sri Rama. He is God himself. He sent an arrow, just an arrow, and it hit me, and I was blown away. 15,000 yojanas. The country is so many thousands of miles. At that time, he was only a small boy. He was only 16 years. Now he is a full-fledged soldier. At the time, he was only an NCC cadet, we say. So at that time, the schoolboy, he could send me send me flying so far away. So he is God himself. So don't please give up that idea. Ravana got very, very angry. He said, you do what I say, or I will kill you. So Maricha said, okay, it is better to die at the hands of Sri Rama than to die at the hands of this wicked fellow. So Maricha did what you said. Second person was Malyavan. Malyavan was Ravana's uncle. Malyavan said, Ravana, you are a king. It is shameful. Don't do this. But Ravana did not listen. Good advice is never listened. The egoistic people, they were never listen to good advice. Second person, Maricha, Malyavan. Third person was Mandodari herself. She was not jealous. She said, what are you doing? You are such a powerful man. So you are a king, great king. How can you do that? Ravana did not listen. The first person was Vibhishana. Vibhishana, brother, what are you doing? How can you do that? Please don't do this. Ravana did not listen. And lastly, remember, you will be surprised. Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna said, brother, what are you doing? She is Jagadamba herself. What are you doing? Ravana said, I called you here to fight. Not advise me. Either fight or go. Kumbhakarna said, fine, I will die at the hands of Rama than your hands. So 5 people advised him, don't do it. But many other great, the generals and all the ministers, they said, no, Ravana, you are very powerful. Flattery. Therefore, you are managers. Be very careful, those who are managers. You are going to become managers. Never, when people give you good advice, I don't like, because I am so egoistic. So I don't listen to good advice. I am like flattery. Therefore, be very careful. This was one good point I mentioned to the MBA students. So let us also be very careful. We listen to, let Bhadram Karnebi Shunayama Devaha Bhadram Pashimakshabi Jatraha. This is the last point which I like to mention here. I offer all these. So we pray to Bhagavan Sri Rama. We pray to our Amma also to bless us with all prosperity and all virtues and all good qualities, and the intense devotion and intense desire for liberation, and help us merge into Amma's divine feet. Om Amritageetananda, Om Lokaha Samastaha Tukuno Bhavantu, Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः